Hi friends, it's May 5th. I'm sitting on the bus again and have a little bit of time to maybe work on a video. I thought I'd give you the update as far as Zeorian harvesting goes. Most of you know this already, but maybe some of you do not. Jim made the decision this winter that 22 harvest season was going to be our last. So we did actually get the combine sold. I believe it was a couple of days ago the combine actually left the premises. I had a bus duty that day, so thank goodness I wasn't around to even have the remote opportunity to go watch it be loaded and headed for its new home, because I'm afraid it probably would not have been one of my better moments on video. A week ago yesterday, I took the time and drove out to the Doniphan area and spent the day with my dad and my brothers. One brother lives in Washington State, the other is in Florida, and my dad is living south of Kansas City. So it's not all the time that we get together, and when we do, it's a lot of good times, lots of things that we think about, lots of memories that we relive. We were at the shed that my grandpa housed all of his harvest equipment, and my dad wanted to try to go through some of the things and get rid of it and get it a little bit more in shape, and so we spent the day out there trying to do that. I didn't do a lot. My brothers had actually spent several days prior to my arrival and had a lot of the work done, so my work was like pushing the broom. It was fun to relive some of the things that came up while we were going through stuff and memories that we thought of, and I tried to get some of those on video and thought maybe that would be something that you would enjoy, just because it is part of Zeorian harvesting. What's next for us? I don't know. 1989, I believe, was the last full summer that I spent at home, so I'm not sure what's on tap for me. Not sure what's on tap for Jim. We have given some thought that maybe if some other harvester needed some help and they were willing to hire us on, we would do that. We've given some thought to maybe going back up to the Chester, Montana area and helping a farmer out up there that we did in 2017. Just not sure, unsure, a lot of unsureties, but Jim is currently helping the farmer that he worked for in the fall with the planting process, and I'm in the bus, and that will soon be coming to a halt, and then our youngest daughter will be getting married here in a couple of weeks, and we'll just take it from there. Am I gonna miss it? More than you'll ever know. Everything about me was harvest, even down to my t-shirts and hoodies. So I have no idea what God has planned, but I guess we will watch it play out. So in the meantime, I hope you stick with us. If there's anything that I feel that's worthy of sharing as far as adventures goes, you know that you'll be right there with us. Thanks for being the encouragement that you have been over the past years, and the love that you shared for both Jim and I. We appreciate it very, very much. I'm not sure when or where I'll use this video, but at some point I will, because this is the history of my harvest days. I'm sitting outside of Doniphan, Nebraska right now, outside of a quonset that my grandpa used to keep his combines in before we would head south. And my brothers and my dad are here to clean it out as much as they can, because, well, just because it needs to be done, and there's a lot of stuff that needs to be looked at and checked before more years go by, and we don't have that ability to know what this is or that is, and you get it. Anyways, so this is where I remember coming as a kid, and not so much a kid. Yeah, I guess I was still a kid. It was prior to being married, to get ready to head south for the summers. It was typically a very hot, very humid day when we were here getting equipment out of the quonset and getting ready to head south. So today It's April 26th, and it's about 62 degrees, so it's pretty nice. A little bit chilly in the quonset to be working, but anyways, I gotta get some of this footage just to have so I can add it to my history. So that's the quonset. I should find the history out about these quonsets. I think it has something to do with possibly World War II. I don't know. I need to find out more about that before I really say a lot. But that used to house at least 3 Massey Ferguson combines at one time. And it's way smaller than what I remember when I walk in.
Buddy, I think it's Jerry Chrysler. He's got 2 big trucks, the big shed. I think it's just a couple blocks down, maybe from you, but he's got a big long semi truck shed built out
Art.
there.
Do you know what the history is of this building? Does it have something to do with World War II?
That's my recollection. Is they were World War II era. And I don't know what they were doing with them in World War II.
Had something to do with ammunition plant or something, maybe?
Did they come from the ordnance plant?
Yeah, that's what I
moved them out here after.
That's what I wondered. Have to ask Dad. Maybe he'll remember. Matt knows the history.
The farmer that bought these, he bought them from government surplus, really cheap.
Okay.
Told Grandpa about it, and Grandpa said he would buy one for $5,000. So Bob was speculating that he probably bought this for $2,000 and sold it to Grandpa for $5,000.
Yeah.
Because he got such a good deal on them when he bought them.
Yeah.
So that's all I know. So
But it was World War II time era?
probably
Yeah.
shortly thereafter, about, I guess.
Yeah.
And then you can see the wood was when they used to hold grain. So did he?
It used to hold grain?
Yep, so the grain, they would hold grain to the top of the wood panels.
Okay.
And you'll notice over here behind you, there's a bent down metal in the concrete.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So Grandpa had bent those down because originally these were up at an angle and there was supports to keep.
Oh.
So these, you can see they're screwed. So they probably had another piece that must have either just pushed up or something. So they would help support these walls when it was full of grain, so it would push the ends out.
Oh.
So Dad said Grandpa came through and he bent these all down, thinking that if somebody ever bought this again and wanted to put grain in it, it would be...
It would be there.
Yeah, but after Grandpa died, Dad came out and cut these all out, except for probably these up here in front that had stuff around them.
So, do you know what this is? Was this just a shelf?
Must have just been a shelf of some sort.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah,
if it was.
It looks like it's purposely designed the way it is.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, it's curved.
We had to rejigger the top corner up here because this side had come loose, and so all the wood that we just unloaded, it was all piled up here, and this whole end was saggy and kind of being held up by, this was Grandpa's old jigsaw table.
Oh.
So over on that side in the junk pile, there's the jigsaw that was mounted on this, and there must have been an electric motor on the bottom or something Bob was saying.
So that service truck is not ours.
No, that's Jerry's.
It belongs to somebody else.
That's Jerry, the guy that's here with Dad.
But then
So-
my 2 brothers have those cars that are underneath there. If we get a peek of what those look like, they would be fun to see.
Yeah, Gary or Jerry? I thought it was Jerry.
I think you said Jerry.
Jerry Dorfmeister.
Yeah.
So along the top of the existing sliding door, you can see the vertical cut up to the next cross member underneath the support.
Right?
And you'll see the pulley system So
Now that is so typical of Grandpa. Let's do whatever it takes
Yeah.
to make it work. We'll just,
so you probably there's probably some pins or something in there, but you would probably unlock it, pull this pulley system,
and it would pull the door
and
up.
if you can swing the door up,
High enough to get his combines under the door.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
and you can see across the way. That's the same way that one. You can see that
Oh
top
yeah, yep.
panel cut. So that way we drive the combine straight in here.
And it was always this cool when we did that too, wasn't it? That cool. That's what I remember,
Well,
being
that-
out here, and it was just so hot and humid.
Yeah.
That you, oh my gosh, you couldn't.
That's
just
why we
get a
decided to
breath.
do this now instead of the end of May. 'Cause I
Yeah.
was like, well, it'd be nice to come back just once for the wedding and to do all this then. But then I remembered how
Hot.
hot and muggy.
And the first night we were here, we were shopping at Menards. I picked up a package of these masks. I said, I'm gonna have a mask on forever. Cause I remember every year, if you remember before we bought the combines in
Yeah,
here, we had to
allergies.
sweep it all out.
Yeah.
You know, and Grandpa would have 3 or 4 of us side by side going sweeping it out all the way. It was just full of dust.
Yeah.
in here. I hated that.
And no
job.
air movement.
If you want to come outside,
Oh yeah.
the ladder to get to the top.
Yeah.
So this panel, they must have cut that ladder before they opened up that door. That ladder would have gone all the way down, or not all the way down, but far enough you could probably
Jump up there and
get a ladder in the back of a pickup or something and go all the way up. So
Yeah.
they cut this off when they cut the door open. And there used to be, Dad said, probably a wooden walkway.
Well, I see that. There's a wooden
all the way
piece
down so that they could fix the tops, because there's one of the tops that blew off
at the
in the tornado or the high winds. One probably, they must have just taken the whole ladder off.
Yeah.
But if you go inside, see some pretty good sized dents from hail strike. That whole top is just peppered from hail.
Probably from the 1980 tornado, maybe.
Yeah, well you can see the hail.
Oh
Looks
yeah.
like somebody threw a baseball at it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's all from hail. You'll notice if you look up top here, all the dents
Oh yeah.
from hail.
Yeah. Yep. Lots of history here, for sure. Boys and their toys. So to end this video, I'm going to share with you some of the old cars that were inside the Quonset. The yellow Cougar is my brother Mark's. The red Mach 1, I believe, is my brother Matt's. And then the very, very old cars that were inside there are some that have just been collected. And as far as I know, maybe all of these are for sale. I guess the one that I would have some question about is the yellow Cougar. So, hey, if anybody's interested in any of these old cars, let me know, and I can get you in touch with the owner. Hope to see you again very, very soon. Hey, Jim and I really hope that you enjoyed today's daily update. If you did, why don't you give it a thumbs up for us? We'd like to know that. And be sure to hit the subscription button and the bell notifications so that you know when the next video is up and ready to watch. Thank you, and we're so glad you're along with us for the journey.